Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Iris, and in today's video I'm going to do another follow along ball control session. If you guys haven't seen the first ball control session, I will link it down in the description box, and I'll also link an info card in the corner of this video. So for today's follow along ball control session, we're going to focus on using one arm. So if you're a beginner, you're probably wondering why you would want to practice with just one arm. Well, in volleyball, our sport is super unpredictable and you're going to have to make some emergency moves. Also, it's fun. Also, why not? The most common situations I can think of when you're using a one-arm move is one, when you're blocking, you get a block touch and the ball lands closely to you. You're going to have to play it up with maybe one arm. If you don't have enough time, it's a lot of reaction stuff. Two is emergency one-arm digging, so when you're just laying out on the floor or when you have to do an emergency move overhead or whatnot. The third situation I can think of is when you go to cover a ball and the ball comes right back to you after the hitter hits the ball into the block. I can't tell you how many times I've had to shoulder or chicken wing a ball just out of quick reaction. So these type of moves usually happen during emergencies. The first move we're going to do is just play the ball on our hand. You can do a fist, you can do a supine fist, you can do a flipper, just playing the ball on the back of your hand. But for my personal preference, I like to do a C shape with my index finger and my thumb. And you can also scoop the ball, but if you scoop it in a real game, you just can't hold the ball for too long, otherwise it's going to be called a lift. Just as long as whatever shape you make on your hand, as long as there's a flat surface, as much as possible you want a flat surface and an even surface. So if you make fist, just make sure it's flat. If you do a supine fist, this is a pretty big surface area, and compared to a regular fist like this, it's a bigger surface area. You can even play the ball overhead like this if you have to. But again, for me, I like to use the C shape. That's just my personal preference. Okay, we're gonna play the ball on one hand 25 times each hand. You can alternate hands, and that would be 50, or you can do just 25 straight on one hand, 25 straight on the other hand. So for this drill, I'm keeping my elbows closer to my body because these short moves are usually for when we're coming down from a block. The net is right in front of us, so we can't stick our arm out straight, so we kind of have to play the ball close to our body. So I'll also be going through the different hand shapes that I talked about. So the C, the supine fist, regular fist, flipper, and the scoop. The second move we're going to do is just playing the ball on one forearm. So basically you're just going to take your regular platform with both of your arms. You're just going to separate your arms and just play the ball on one arm. A big key to playing the ball on one forearm is to make sure that, again, you have a nice flat surface area. But if I am just sticking my arm out without being mindful of what my arm looks like, you can see that there are some curves and dips into the forearm. Don't want that because it's going to cause inconsistency in touch. So again, all I'm doing is just rotating and I have a nice flat surface to play on. And we're going to practice passing on each forearm 25 each arm. Again, you can alternate and do 50, or you can play it on one arm 25, one arm 25. For this drill, I am going to be sticking both arms straight out. I'm going to lock my elbows. Some people prefer this way rather than playing the ball close to the body and elbows bent. Whatever way, as long as you get the ball up. Also, remember, when we contact the ball, we want to contact on the meat of our platform, so not too close to the elbow, not on the elbow, and not on the wrist either. So somewhere in between, usually closer to the wrist though. Nice balanced position so that we're ready to move if we need to. Let's try it just using one arm. Now let's try it on the other arm. My arms are burning. The next thing we're going to do is passing with one arm to the wall. If you're a beginner, you can try passing once and catching the ball, but if you want to get better and just want more reps and want to go faster, obviously just go continuously. It's going to get a little crazy, especially if you're a beginner, but again, it's okay, we're just here to get better. We're going to do 25 each arm. Always remember to have good posture playing the ball. Even though we're focusing on the upper body, we want to make sure our lower body has a nice base and make sure we're balanced and able to move our feet if we have to. All right, we're moving up the arm now. We're getting to the chicken wing. So this is basically what a chicken wing is. Sometimes when I'm covering, if I ever cover, and the hitter hits it into the block and it comes straight down on me, sometimes I don't have enough reaction time to play it a different way, so we use the chicken wing and we just pop the ball up. So we just make sure this is a nice flat even surface again, and you just flap your arms like you're a chicken. Just try to make sure it's on the meat of the chicken wing. I would say the meat of the chicken wing is like around the center area where your elbow is bent. We're going to practice the chicken wing 15 times on each arm. The last part of the arm that we're working with is the shoulder. So the shoulder is shaped, and all we have to do is just try to pop it up. So I would recommend just tilting your head just slightly so that you don't end up hitting your face after you pop the ball up. So try popping the ball off each shoulder 15 times. If you know your only choice right now is to shoulder the ball, when you contact the ball, try to elevate your shoulders. So try to really, just like when you block, you want to extend those shoulders a little bit more. Try to elevate that shoulder. Try to extend it out, up and out. So up and out, up and most likely your court is that way. So try to, if anything, try to make the ball go forward, not backward. Okay guys, that concludes today's ball control session. Remember, you can always go back and rewind and follow along again if you want to do this more times on your own. But other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in and following along again. Let me know if you guys like this video. How did it go for you? Did you enjoy it? Did you struggle? And if there's anything else you want to do a follow along with, leave it in the comment section down below. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys. If you volley, I dig it.